Now hardness is nothing but resistance of tablet to capping, abrasion, breaking. Okay, so when a tablet is resistant to all these things, we are going to say that the tablet is hard enough. Okay, now these problems may occur when this may be occur during storage. This capping, abrasion, breaking may occur during storage. It may occur during transportation, or it may occur during handling also. Right? What is the expected hardness? Expected hardness of the importance is, if the tablet is too hard, then the tablet is not going to disintegrate, and further it is not going to dissolve. Whereas if the tablet is too soft, then it is not going to withstand the subsequent processes like coating, packaging, or shipping. Hence, the tablet should not be too hard. At the same time, the tablet should not be too soft. What is the methodology that is applied? The methodology that is applied is known as diametric crushing strength of the tablet, in which the tablet is diametrically crushed, okay, in order to find out what is the hardness of the tablet. What are the factors affecting the hardness? The different factors that are affecting the hardness is, first, the compressive forces. That is the pressure applied during the compression. So how much pressure you are applying onto the tablet. So I may not, so I will give you a problem on hardness, and I may ask you how you are going to modify how you are going to increase the hardness. So these are the methods by which you are going to increase your hardness. Are you understanding? So this is what is known as the application of your knowledge. So all will be applied questions. There is not going to be any direct question. Please remember. Or I may just write down that give the quality control test which is not official in IP. So you have to write down about hardness test. I won't ask you give the limits and equipments that are used in hardness test. Okay, I'll just write down a non-official quality control test. So you have to remember that you have to write down about the hardness, and you have to write down about general appearance. That you have to remember. Clear? Got it? So these are the type of applied questions that I am going to ask. I'm not going to ask you direct question, whereby you can open your textbook and you can write down the answers. Okay. Yeah. So let us move ahead. What are the factors that are affecting hardness? The compressive forces. Okay. That is the pressure that you are applying during compression. If you apply more pressure, then the tablet is going to be more hard. If you apply less pressure, then the compression tablet is going to be soft in nature. It is going to be less hard. Amount of binder that you are adding. Not only amount of binder, the way in which you are adding the binder is also very important. Okay. So amount of binder, if it is more binder, then the tablet is going to be more harder. If you are adding less binder, common sense, the hardness is going to be very less. Now the third factor which it depends upon is the method of preparation of granules. Okay, wet granulation method gives you more harder tablet than direct method, whereas dry granulation, that is slugging method, gives you more better hardness as compared to wet method. So if you want to compare in these three, slugging method gives you the hardest granules. Okay, wet method is going to be giving you the second hardest granules, whereas direct method is going to give you less harder granules. So when you are doing direct method, then what you have to do is you have to apply more pressure in order to get more hardness during compression stages. The next thing that is Vishal, please your mic. Vishal, close your mic, please. Vishal, check Vishal. Okay, thank you. Now hardness generally also increases with the storage of the tablet. So if you store tablet for a longer period of time, it is going to be more harder, whereas the tablet which is prepared immediately is going to be less hard. Okay, if you compare with the terms of the storage condition, aging condition. As I told you earlier, it is a non-official quality control test and it is not prescribed in IP. As it is a non-official test, so there are no particular limits and standards that are given in IP which are very official. Okay, but in general, the limit is 4 milligram to 7 kilogram. Usually in the industry, these norms have been followed. However, if you are preparing an hypodermic tablets or chewable tablet, okay, they are a little bit softer, and hence 3 kg is also been allowed. Okay, that much weight is also been allowed. Whereas if you are preparing a sustained release tablet, then they are much harder. They range from 10 to 20 kg. But in general, for a uncoated compressed tablet, usual limits are 4 kg to 11 kg. Okay, that is the hardness. So kg is what? Kg is nothing but the unit for hardness. So there are other units also for hardness, which we are going to study in the next slide. Now we have already said that if the tablet is too hard, then what is the problem that is going to happen? If the tablet is too hard, then it is going to affect your disintegration, and further it is going to affect your dissolution. Okay, so in general, supposing it happens that you're a chemist, you are working in the tableting department, and you find that the tablet hardness is too very hard. Okay, you are not going to immediately reject the batch. What you are going to do is you are going to do the further disintegration test. Okay, which we have already studied, if you remember. Okay, so we are going to do the disintegration test, and if the tablet passes the disintegration test, then we are going to say that the tablet, then there is no problem. So a hard tablet passing the disintegration test is not a problem. Okay, because for us hardness is not important. Okay, we don't want the tablet to be soft. Along with hardness, what we want is the disintegration also we want. So we are not going to reject the tablets if the tablet, supposing the tablet is having the hardness of 15 kilogram. Okay, it is a normal compressed tablet, uncoated compressed tablet, and it is having the weight, it is having the hardness as 15 kilogram. Limit is 4 to 11, right? So you are not going to discard it. You are going to go for disintegration test, and if it passes the disintegration test, you are going to accept the tablet. You are not going to reject it. Okay. Now, apart from kilogram, there are different units that are there for hardness. Okay, one is kilogram, which we talked about. It is a normal SI unit, SI system unit. Okay, and which is the primary unit of your mass. The second unit that is used for hardness is Newton. Okay, and the conversion is 1 kg is equivalent to 9.81 Newton. Okay, so this is the conversion of Newton to kilogram. Hello, voice is breaking.
Sir, yeah, sir.
Is my voice breaking? Others?
In between.
तुझ्याकडे break?
No, sir. No.
It is not breaking, na?
No, sir. No, now not breaking. Yes, sir.
बर कमलेश तुझा जरा हे बघ, ठीक आहे माइक.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, fine. We're on to units of measurement of hardness. Okay, the first unit, as I've said, is kilogram. The second unit is Newton. 1 kilogram is equivalent to 9.81 Newton. The third unit that is used is pound. Okay, and the conversion is 1 kilogram is equals to 2.204 pounds. The main unit that we are going to study is in kilogram only, but some of the equipments may be having this unit, or some literature may be using this in unit. So you should not be confused between different units. That's why I'm telling you all the units. So the main unit is kilogram. Second main unit is Newton. Basically, most of the equipments measure in kilogram and Newton only. There may be some equipments which may be measuring in pound. Okay, 1 kilogram is equal to, as I said, 2.204 pounds. There is other thing which is kilopond. Okay, kilopond is equivalent to kilogram only. Okay, 1 kilopond is equivalent to 1 kilogram force, 1 kg, that 1 kg F. Okay, this F stands for 1 kg, this F stands for force. Okay, so kilopond should not be confused with pound also, and kilopond should not be confused with kilogram also. Kilopond and kilogram unit wise, they are going to be the similar. Okay, only F has been added over here. Okay, so the unit of force is also called as kilogram of force over here. So 1 pound is equal to 1 kgf, which equals to 1 kg, which is equals to 9.81 Newton. So kilopond and kilogram are nothing but one and the same. The next unit that has been used, that was used traditionally or initially, the first unit that was used was strong Cobb. Okay, strong Cobb or SC. Okay, in 1950s, the first tester, that is a strong Cobb tester, was introduced. Okay, and it was patented by Robert Albrecht. Okay, this Robert Albrecht, he introduced a tester in order to test the hardness of the tablet, and that tester was known as strong cop tester, and the unit, okay, was known as strong cop. Got it? So the tablet breaking force was based on an arbitrary unit referred to as strong cop. Now this strong cop as a unit was recognized internationally right from 1950s to 1980s. Okay, and if you want to, and after 1980s, new equipment came into existence, and strong cop was went behind, right? And if you want to see the conversion, one strong cop, okay, represents roughly 0.7 kilogram of force. So that is the conversion in terms of kilograms. So kilogram and Newton, these are the major units that have been used. Okay, along with that you have pound that can be used, you have kilo pound which is equivalent to kilogram, and you have strong cop which is having a traditional history, whereby this was the first equipment that was introduced for measuring the hardness by Robert Albrecht. Okay, and it was a unit from right from 1950s to 1980s. This was used as a unit, and this equipment was being used, and one strong cop is equal to roughly 0.7 kilogram of force. Okay, that is the conversion of it. So you have to remember the units of measurements of hardness. Usually kilogram is being used. Let us move ahead with the traditional method which we talked about yesterday. Now traditionally, in order to determine the hardness, what was done was you hold the tablet in between second and third finger. So आपका thumb है, thumb के बाजू का जो finger है और उसके बाजू के जो finger है, उसके बीच में, in between that, you hold the tablet and you press it with the help of your thumb. Okay, and if you hear a clicking sound, then you can say that the tablet is having the required hardness. Till today, many pharmacists in the industry, when they go in the lab and they check the hardness, this method they are applying. They hold the tablet, they break it, they hear the sound, and if you get a click sound, then it is then you will say that the tablet is hard. But this is not what you call that official method or something like this. There are some equipments that are also being used. It is not having any standards, or you cannot have proper measurement of it. Okay, using the traditional method with the help of fingers and thumb. So the equipment that are used nowadays are, the first equipment that has been used is Monsanto hardness tester. Okay, let us first study the parts of this Monsanto hardness tester. Once you study the parts, then I will be able to tell you the method by which it has been the method that is done in order to detect the hardness. Okay. Now, this Monsanto hardness consists of a movable jaw. So this jaw is a movable jaw, and it consists of a fixed jaw. So this jaw is a fixed jaw. So it has a fixed jaw, okay, and it has a movable jaw. This is movable and this is the fixed jaw. Okay. So these two jaws are there, fixed jaw and movable jaw. You have a knob. So this is a screw knob. When you move this screw knob, okay, when you rotate this screw knob in the clockwise direction, what happens is there is a spring which is there over here, lying in between over here. You can see the spring over here. Can you see the spring? In between this spring. Okay, so this is the spring that is there in between, right? So this spring, when this knob moves, this spring applies a pressure. This spring moves, okay, and this spring applies the pressure on this jaw, right? Okay, you have a barrel which is holding this spring, which is holding this a knob, etc. And on this barrel you are having this scale. So this is the scale which is there. Okay, so this is the scale. You can see over here. This is the scale, and you can see the units also. The unit is in what? The unit is in kg. So you have a scale which is over here. This scale is fixed with the help of screws. Can you see the screws? With the help of these screws, the scale is the scale is fixed to this barrel or to this body, right? So these are the two screws. This is the scale. In between this barrel, you have a spring, right? You have a fixed jaw. So this is the fixed jaw, and so this is the fixed jaw, and you have something known as movable jaw, and you have a screw knob. Okay. So will you remember all this? What you call that? All this your parts of your Monsanto hardness tester. Depending upon these parts, now I'm going to help you. I'm going to explain you the procedure how it is been done. Okay. To begin with, what you do is you take the tablet and you place it diametrically. So this is how you place the tablet. Okay, diametrically, as I told you in my yesterday's lecture, that the tablet it is a diametric crushing strength. So you place this tablet diametrically in between this fixed, okay, and this movable jaw. So you move the jaw in such a way that this tablet is placed in between these two jaws. After placing the tablet, what you are going to do is you are going to adjust the scale. Okay, this scale is, this is the needle that is present over here. If you see in over here, there is a needle that is present. So this needle and your zero on the scale should be coinciding. So this is the indicator. This indicator and your scale containing zero should coincide. Okay. So this will coincide with by adjusting the scale with the help of this screw. Okay, if you remove the screws, then what is going to happen? This scale is going to be movable, and this zero is going to coincide with your indicator. Once it coincides, you are going to fix the screw, right? So now your indicator is coinciding with the zero. Your tablet has been placed. Okay, and now you are going to slowly start. Okay. You are going to slowly start rotating the screw in the clockwise direction. What happens because of this is, this applies pressure onto the spring. This knob is going to apply pressure onto the spring. This indicator is attached to that spring. So this indicator will slowly start moving. Okay, in the downwards direction. Zero will be over here only. This spring will slowly start moving and it will carry the indicator along with it. Along with that, what it is going to do is, this spring is going to put pressure onto this jaw. Okay, on this movable jaw. And this further is going to put pressure onto the tablet. A time will come that the pressure is so high that this tablet breaks. Okay, it breaks into pieces. And that time, this spring, supposing this needle may be somewhere over here. So you have a needle over here. And it is coinciding with some unit over here. Supposing it is coincide with the unit as 6 over here. So what you are going to say? That the tablet is having the hardness of 6 kg. Are you understanding? Are you understanding this? So this tablet is having the weight, this tablet is having the hardness of 6 kg. Okay. So just I will read out the procedure for you, whatever I have told you. Turn the screw knob first in anti-clockwise direction. Once you click it in anti-clockwise direction, the jaw is going to move up. It is going to create a space in between the jaws. So create a space in between the jaws over here and place the tablet. Hold one tablet in between the two faces of jaws, the upper face and the lower face. Okay, the fixed face and the movable face. Okay, you are going to create the space. You are going to put the tablet over here, and then you are going to move your movable jaw, and you are going to fix the tablet at this place. Now you are going to coincide 0 that is in the scale with the pointer. So this is the pointer and this is the scale. You are going to coincide the 0 mark over here. You are going to start applying the pressure by moving this knob now in the clockwise direction. Move it in the clockwise direction and it is going to apply pressure on the tablet. When the tablet, hello, Shambhavi, your mic is on, please close it. When the tablet breaks, okay, what you have to do is you have to note the hardness in kg. Okay, so this indicator will be somewhere over here and you have to note your hardness in kg over here or from the scale. Okay, that is how you do with in the case of your Monsanto hardness tester. That is how you carry out. Have you understood this? Those who have not understood only are going to write down. That not understood. If I have understood everything, no need of writing. Understood everything? Good. Okay. Now let us. This is one equipment that is used for testing your hardness. Okay. The second equipment that is being used is known as Pfizer hardness tester. Okay. Now Pfizer hardness tester is, they say, is more handy and more portable kind of an equipment. And the main thing is the main thing is it has been developed by the company Pfizer. Okay, Pfizer is the company who has developed it, and is known as the Pfizer hardness tester. It can test up to the hard load of 20 kg. Same is the case with your Monsanto hardness test also. It can test from 0 to 20 kg. Even Pfizer can test from 0 to 20 kg. Okay. The maximum size of the tablet that can be placed in the Pfizer hardness tester is near about 25 mm. Let us see the let us see the parts of this Pfizer hardness tester.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Actually, there is a doubt.
Yeah, please.
How many tablets are tested in batch by Monsanto hardness tester by Sushant?
How many? How many?
How many tablets are tested in a batch by Monsanto?
We are yet to go to the what you call that limits and standards, but I will tell you over here. Usually you can take 3 tablets or you can take 5 tablets. Okay, as there is no standard that has been given. Please remember, this is a non-official test, so no standard as such has been given. Usually in practice, what you do is you take either 3 tablets or you take 5 tablets, and you find out the hardness of each tablet, either with Pfizer or with Monsanto. Okay, and after finding that, you find out the average of it, and that you write down as the hardness in your literature, that the hardness was found to be this much kg. Okay, and then you compare it with the standards which are given in-house. In-house standards मतलब इंडस्ट्री ने खुद के अपने स्टैंडर्ड्स बनाए होंगे उस टैबलेट के लिए. Okay, so you compare it with that. Understood? Okay, let us move ahead. So you have this let us see the parts of it. So the parts are, you have these plier handles. Okay, the difference between Monsanto and your Pfizer is here both the jaws, okay, the upper jaw and the lower jaw, if you want to call it, it is known as the bolt and the piston. So you have one as bolt and you have one as piston. Okay, if you compare it with the Monsanto, these are the 2 jaws. Okay, both the jaws are movable, the upper as well as the lower jaw are movable when you press this handle. अडकित्ता आपण पूर्वी वापरायचो माहिती आहे ना, तुमच्या घरी असेल सुद्धा अजूनही अडकित्ता. In that fashion, if you press this, okay, if you move this plier handles, the bolt and the piston, they come closer to each other. Okay, so you have a piston, you have a bolt, both of them are attached to the plier handles, okay, and which are movable. This piston further through this barrel, okay, is attached to the dial gauge. So this is the dial gauge. This dial gauge is having a top knob and is having a side knob. This top knob is used in order to set 0, while this side knob is used in order to adjust the readings over here. Okay, for calibration etc., you can use this side knob, and this top knob is used in order to adjust zeros. Okay, got it? How the test has been carried out. The tablet is placed in between the piston and the bolt, in between these 2 jaws. Two jaws. Okay, the dial is set to 0. Now what you do is you press this plier handles, you bring this plier handles closer to each other. Okay, so these plier handles are brought closer to each other. When you bring this plier handles closer to each other, this piston is going to apply pressure onto the tablet that is placed over here. Okay, so a tablet is placed over here and this piston is going to apply pressure on this. As the piston applies the pressure, okay, the tablet is also exerting the pressure onto the piston, and this piston is going to go and hit this gauge, okay, dial gauge, whereby you can see the reading. So you have a needle over here. This needle is at 0, okay, and this needle is going to move, okay. Needle is going to move. This dial is going to give you the reading. Let us assume that the reading over here is 7. You can say that now the what you call that, the hardness of the tablet is 7 kg. Okay, this is also in kg, right? This is how the test has been carried out. Just to read it out for you, a tablet is placed between the grips of bolt and the piston. So these are bolt and the piston as shown in the figure. Here it has been placed, which is then squeezed. Okay, so these piston and the bolt, they are squeezed. How you squeeze is by squeezing the plier handles, which are like scissors. Okay, and during pressing, what happens is the pistons goes upward. So this pistons is going upwards in this direction. Okay, this pistons is movable inside. It goes in the upward direction and it pushes the dial needle. So here you have a dial needle. It pushes the dial needle. The dial needle stops as soon as the tablet breaks. Why? Because the tablet is not applying any further pressure onto the piston. Okay, so the piston movement stops, the dial reading stops. Okay, and then what you are going to do is you are going to see the reading onto the dial and you are going to note the hardness.